part of the problem we have is that we have very much politicized education decision making. So it's not just about the logic and, So going back to politicians, the thing is, with increasing population, so also are the numbers.
Yep.
But the real problem is that we are establishing secondary schools all over the place. Every new member of parliament comes, they want to establish a day school. Even though there was already one established by the one you defeated in the elections, you don't want to, support that. You want to start another one. So there is no time there's going to be enough money to support our education system if we're just going to be building schools without checking whether or not they're efficient, whether or not, through a professional process of school mapping and identifying the demand. So that's a problem. There will never be enough teachers. There will never be enough money. But I want to go back to the point you made, Dennis, if you allow me, about budget always getting bigger. Kenya we spent more money than most countries in Africa on education, 25 to 30% of the budget. The question is, does all that money get where it's supposed to get?
Yes.
So for me, one of the biggest issues with the problems we are experiencing now, it's not so much that principals are even asking for more money.
Exactly.
It is because the money that is voted, nationally, we know that a percent of the budget is lost to corruption.
Yes.
And that also applies to education. So then you hear of ghost schools, of ghost teachers, of ghost students, of very exaggerated procurement, processes, of corruption in, of tenderpreneurs and so on and so on. So of books never getting to schools, although they've been paid for. So there's a real big issue about how much of the money that is actually voted goes to schools, and I will not be very surprised if it doesn't even get, more than a third is lost. If we can take care of that and we prioritize basic education, we'll be okay. So the first thing is to deal with corruption. And corruption, sometimes I used to say when I was in government, that often we blame the principal and the teacher, but we never blame the people at Jogoo House.
Absolutely.
For both performance and how these monies are being used.
Absolutely.
So the buck does not stop at the principal. It starts right from the top. So we have to address that. There's so much money. How much of it is getting there? What are we doing with the corruption that is taking place, at the headquarters, so that the money doesn't get there?
And I think
what are we doing about the corruption that makes the appointment of principals not be based on merit, irrespective of whether or not they qualify for this? So these are issues that need to be addressed. And if we can solve the problem of corruption at the top, then will be listened to when we want to address it at the level of the school.
There you